What I am about to show in this video, this is not a game. This is war. There is no laughter here. No mercy. No love or compassion. There is only vengeance, a monstrous thirst for domination and revenge. The WWE ring, where heroes turn into monsters, and legends walk away with scars that still remain on that canvas. Someone was thrown from a 20-foot-high cell. Someone ended their story in flames. Someone else drowned in their own blood. Some had to endure unbearable pain. Yet they never stopped. Every chair shot, every spear, every scream sends one message. Survive and you become a legend. Fail and you vanish. In this video, we will talk about the 10 most bloody, most terrifying, and most brutal matches in WWE history. John Cena vs. JBL, I Quit match, Judgment Day 2005. John Cena won his first WWE Championship against JBL at WrestleMania 21. JBL had been SmackDown's long-reigning champion. This was the early rise of Cena, but many believed he still had a lot left to prove. On May 22, 2005, Cena and JBL faced off for the WWE Championship. This wasn't a normal match, this was an I Quit match. The only way to win, force your opponent to say, I quit. From the beginning, both men were aggressive. Both tried to completely destroy each other, but neither could take full control. There was no room for mercy. The bloodshed started when JBL smashed a steel chair on Cena's head. Cena's face was covered in blood. JBL wrapped a chain around Cena's throat and demanded he say, I quit. But Cena refused. They battled near the stage gate. Both were drenched in blood. JBL's limousine windows were shattered, its doors ripped off. And JBL was thrown from a high platform through a table. Yet neither man would quit. When Cena grabbed the car's exhaust pipe to finish JBL, JBL finally yelled, I quit. Cena proved he was a true champion, ready for any challenge. WrestleMania 17, TLC match, Dudley Boyz vs. Hardy Boyz vs. Edge and Christian. This was one of WWE's most thrilling and dangerous tag team matches. No rules, no limits. The goal, break tables, climb ladders, take chair shots, and grab the tag team championship hanging above. The ring instantly became a battlefield. Some jumped off ladders. Some attacked with chairs. Some crashed opponents through tables. The Dudleys used brute strength. The Hardys risked their bodies with insane jumps. And Edge and Christian played smart. Jeff Hardy hung from the titles in midair, and Edge climbed a ladder beside him. Then Edge delivered a midair spear to Jeff, sending both crashing down. The arena exploded in screams. Finally, with everyone broken and the ring filled with shattered tables, Edge and Christian climbed the ladder and pulled down the belts. This match was more than a fight. It was art. An extreme moment where courage, madness, and blood mixed together. Triple H vs. Cactus Jack, Hell in a Cell, No Way Out 2000. One of the most terrifying Hell in a Cell matches ever. Triple H was the brutal, arrogant champion. Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, knew if he lost, his career would end. From the start, they destroyed each other everywhere. Against the cage, into steel steps. Triple H used chairs, chains, and the cage wall with cruelty. Cactus Jack came armed with a barbed wire bat. Both were soon covered in blood. Foley even set a barbed wire board on fire. Eventually, both climbed to the top of the cell. Triple H threw Foley off the roof, sending him crashing through the ring. The arena went silent. Foley still tried to stand, but Triple H ended the match with a pedigree. Triple H kept his bloody title, and Cactus Jack walked away, ending an era. Bret Hart vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13, 1997. A submission match between two different generations. The technical genius Bret Hart versus the fearless Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin ignored all rules. They brawled everywhere. Inside the ring, outside, over barricades, even in the crowd. Bret targeted Austin's knee. Austin's face turned into a mask of blood. But he refused to say, "I quit." Blood poured down, pain burned through his body. But he wouldn't surrender. Finally, Austin passed out from pain. The referee ended the match. Bret won, but Austin never quit. This match began WWE's legendary Attitude Era. Kurt Angle vs. Shane McMahon, Street Fight, King of the Ring 2001. Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle versus the billion-dollar Prince Shane McMahon. In a no-rules street fight, Angle dominated early, but Shane shocked everyone with his toughness, always standing back up. The most horrifying moment, Angle threw Shane into a glass wall. It didn't break, so he threw him again. This time it shattered. Shane lay in a pool of blood. Then Angle slammed Shane through another glass wall. Shane could barely move. Angle won, but both left scars in WWE history. Six-man Armageddon Hell in a Cell 2000. Six monsters battled for the WWE Championship. Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Ricochet, and The Undertaker. The massive cell left no escape. Only violent chaos. Austin and Triple H smashed each other into car windows. Undertaker and Ricochet climbed the cell. And Undertaker shoved Ricochet off the roof, onto a truck below. The arena was shocked. Inside the ring, the fight continued until Angle pinned The Rock and kept his title. All six men ended the match bloodied and broken. JBL vs. Eddie Guerrero, Judgment Day 2004. Both men wanted only two things, blood and revenge. JBL brutally attacked Eddie, but Eddie fought back. Outside the ring, JBL smashed Eddie's head with a chair. Eddie's forehead split wide open. Blood poured like a waterfall. Eddie used a blade too deeply, cutting far more than intended, causing panic backstage. Despite massive blood loss, Eddie came back with wild fury, proving he wasn't just a champion. He was a warrior. It became one of the bloodiest nights in WWE history. Brock Lesnar vs. Randy Orton, SummerSlam 2016. Two different worlds collided. The Beast incarnate Lesnar versus the Viper Randy Orton. Lesnar controlled the match with German suplexes. But the horror came near the end. Lesnar smashed his elbow into Orton's skull. Orton's head burst open, blood flooding the mat. Doctors rushed in, but Lesnar kept attacking. The referee had to stop the match. Lesnar won, but the arena was stunned. That night proved, when Lesnar enters the ring, safety does not exist. Mick Foley vs. Edge, WrestleMania 22, 2006. Hardcore legend Mick Foley versus the Rated R superstar Edge. A hardcore war filled with blood, barbed wire, fire and weapons. Foley attacked with a barbed wire bat. Edge and Lita fought back with chairs, tacks and tables. The most shocking moment. Edge speared Foley through a burning table. Both crashed into flames as the arena exploded with screams. Edge won, but that night belonged to pain and pure madness. WrestleMania 22 proved what hardcore truly means. Mankind vs. The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring 1998. The most terrifying match in WWE history. The Undertaker threw Mankind off the 20-foot cell onto the announcer table. The world froze, but Foley stood back up. Then Undertaker chokeslammed him through the cell roof, sending him crashing into the ring. His face was covered in blood. A tooth stuck out under his nose. Yet he kept fighting. Undertaker finally won. But that night was bigger than victory. It created history.